When whole world ends, looking for another tomorrow, yeah. Sad-eyed lady, below the line. Come on, burn a while with me. The high life on the bonfire, baby. Let's go steal some gasoline. Want the whole thing burn. I mean, and then go wild in the morning when we got nothing left. I want to know shit for the getaway. I just want to get the name. Sad lady, low life. Come on, burn wild with me. Let's put the high life on the bonfire, baby. Let's go steal some gasoline. Build a fire, light a match, watch the whole thing burn. Sad lady, low life. Come on, burn a while with me. Put the high life on the bonfire, baby. Let's go steal some gasoline. Out on the road, out on the highway, you can leave your trouble in the rear view. What if for so many days and nothing more? Right now could be our last chance to explore. Don't look back, say man, and get done more. Right now is the right time. Somebody said I'd like to live. When I don't know, I know to do. What I love, I will defend until the end. And right now is the right time. What I love, I will defend until the end. What I love, I will defend until the end. What I love, I will defend until the end. Right now is the right time. We don't know what tomorrow brings. We don't know what's anything. I'm coming, Smoothie, I'm coming.
All right.
There we go. Okay, I think I got that plugged in. Okay, turn that shit down. Smoothie, how's it going, brother?
Good. How you doing?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let me make sure my mic is.
Am I on the damn camera? Okay, there I am. Okay, I'm doing something a little different tonight, so I'm just struggling like usual. Okay, am I in the camera? Am I in the camera? I think I'm in the camera. Let's see. Am I in the camera? I think I'm in the camera. Hey man, thank you so much. It's well, first I guess I should welcome to the show, Carl Show. I'm Carl the Madman. Hey now, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I'm here with my guest, my friend, my longtime YouTube friend, Smoothie, the Mind of Smoothie. Man,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing spectacular, man. It's great to have you on
Good,
here, and
good.
I'm happy that we finally got to do this and touch base.
Definitely.
We've chatted with each other through the Webovision YouTube world for many, many, many years, but never like
Yep.
not in this format. So
It's good to be here. I thank you for inviting me on and wanting to spend this time and just chit chat and show it up
yeah,
here.
kick back and chit chat for I don't know half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever happens.
Yeah.
It's all good. Do you want to tell people what state you're from or anything like that? You want to plug your I don't know. It's your time right now.
Yeah. I'm just from the Pennsylvania, United States, East Coast. Um, Born and raised on the East Coast, of course. And as you had said, we've been have been connected through YouTube for years now. Um, Currently, you can find me at Mind of Smoothie here on YouTube, and as well as in Instagram and um, yep, down
Links
below.
and links in
I'm
the
just,
description box.
links
Yeah.
are in the description, so then we don't need to get into all that. But uh, yeah, so that's it. I'm me. I'm here, and I'm ready to go.
I didn't think of it in time, but you've got like podcasts on like Spotify and stuff too, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. Mind of Smoothie, the Mind of Smoothie podcast. You
Yeah,
can
I'll put
check
that
that
link
out.
in. I'll put that link in afterwards. I forgot about that one completely when I was putting this thing together, and I just literally thought of it a couple minutes ago before I was starting the show. I was like, Smoothie's no newbie to podcasts. He's been running his own for a time of his own. Are you
Yeah,
still?
yeah. I'm still doing it. I'm behind a couple episodes for lack of preparation. I tend to get sidetracked a lot, but I keep my tradition for the past few years. I've done Valentine's Day themed episodes. I usually tend to pick a horror movie for any random holiday, and I went through the two My Bloody Valentine. So I think I'm going to try and get a. I think it was just called Valentine or Valentine's Day from recently. That'll probably be coming out soon. Um, Hopefully Friday. Hopefully I get it recorded and edit it. But yes, I've been at that for since 2020, on and off. Last year was probably my most consistent year with the podcast. I released 18 episodes, which was
Nice.
good, but then I kind of lulled off there.
Hmm.
Yeah, I started off strong, and a buddy of mine, shout out to the Haunt Dermot's YouTube channel. We had done a halfway to Halloween episode in April. It was exactly 6 months to Halloween. And then I ran into not some big health issues and everything. I knew I was putting on some weight and not taking stuff seriously. And I went and had a physical for the first time. So that kind of took the front and center stage. And as we had done that challenge in, what was that, June, I guess,
June, yeah.
the shorts, the shorts challenge, I was in the thick of it. Most of my shorts were done when I was out doing the exercise and stuff. So um, that kind of took center stage until a couple weeks before the new year. I released a couple episodes, and then I've released a couple this year as well. So
Nice. Yeah, I know you're a big. I don't know if I've seen any Valentine's Day themed horror movies. I know you're a big horror movie fan. Are you like a big movie fan in general, or is just horror your number one genre, or do you?
uh, I like movies in general, but yeah, horror is where I tend to. It's what I like to discuss and talk about. And the more obscure and the more, you know, older film, probably going to drift more towards that. The least popular ones, from like this, 70s and 80s, the cheesy ones.
Yeah. I watched, what the hell was it called? It was a Christmas one. Christmas Bloody Christmas, I think it was called.
There's
it was pretty good actually for a B-rated movie. This robot Santa Claus, goes crazy and starts chopping people to bits.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It was on what the hell is that channel called? It's the horror Scream. No, not Scream. Scream? No.
Shudder.
Shudder. Yeah, Shudder. I saw it on Shudder. Christmas Bloody Christmas. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called, or Santa Bloody Santa, or something bloody something.
I have to look for that one. It sounds pretty good.
It was pretty good. The acting was what it was. The story was what it was. There was one actress in there that I thought, stood out and above, and who knows, you might see her down the road somewhere. I thought she was pretty good. She kind of stole the show as far as the acting goes, but well, for a B-rated movie, it was pretty gory.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like watching Santa Claus kill people? That's why I run around as Santa Claus in Call of Duty. Zombie Santa Claus, though, mind you.
Oh, that's even better.
I forgot to give a shout out to my sponsor. That's horrible. I better do that right now. Pardon me. Got to give a shout out to my sponsor, bestcoastdistillers.com. Is that in the camera? I got my camera turned around backwards, so I can't see fuck all. Best Coast Distillers, bestcoastdistillers.com. They've been around since 2020, I think. A small company up here in Canada on the island. They make this fabulous cinnamon whiskey. They make this cold coffee brew whiskey. They got gin. They got bourbon coming. They're working on rum. They got a bunch of stuff. Go check them out. And if you use code MADMAN at checkout, you'll save 10%. And that's because you know Smoothie and you know me. You save 10% because of us. They're on Facebook and Instagram as well. Go give them a like and a follow, and tell them Carl the Madman and Smoothie sent you. Skull. I gotta have a shot. Gotta move my mic. Okay, I won't be completely barbarian tonight. I'll use a glass. Use a shooter glass. bestcoastdistillers.com. Hashtag best before Monday. I always forget that part. They're like, you forgot to say best before Monday. I'm like, wow, fuck. Oh. If you like cinnamon whiskey, I don't know if you drink, but this cinnamon whiskey is fabulous, man. Okay, put that away.
Yeah.
I don't really drink. I don't really drink at all. I haven't gotten like drunk in fucking years and years and years and years and years and years and years. Last week I had a few shots on the show though, and I definitely had a buzz. But so go ahead.
I was just gonna say I went back and watched some of last week's, kind of like Lamb did on the last one, to prepare for what I was getting myself into.
Yeah, I think you had a better idea of what you were getting in for than Lamb did, though.
Oh yeah,
Lamb thought we were doing something together, like on the PlayStation. He didn't realize he was going to be like in this format of being like face in front of the camera and doing this thing until like 30 minutes before the show or something. So, so he was otherwise, I don't know if he would have done it. I'm glad that he didn't know. Lamb's a good dude.
That's good.
Lamb's a good dude. What do you got coming up with your YouTube channel? Any plans for the new year, or are you just going to keep chugging along like we do? I know you and I have been doing this for a long time. I don't remember.
Yeah, how long? Yeah, it's been like 2016, 2017. I'm trying to figure, like around 2016. That's when like vlogging was a big thing, right, on YouTube, and that's where I kind of found a lot of people, and unfortunately a lot of that same original crew. And I don't know what part you fit in, or what part in there, or when you came along. Sorry.
This channel's been around about 10 years, but I had one before this one that I had for 2 or 3 years, but I deleted that one because I'm an idiot. But I've been doing it for quite a while. But
I I think it started with the vlogging, and then like I had mentioned to you previously, like one of my core memories of your early channel, and it was probably the one that was deleted, was the camping on the, I don't know, the beach or whatever, where you went and did that like 5 day or 7
Yeah,
or however many days.
7 days of survival. Yeah, I kicked my
That
ass
was
for. I kicked my ass for. If nothing else, I should have saved those videos, because I was 45 and now, so I was 9 years ago that I did that. Because now I'm old. I was 45 then. I'm 54 now. So
I'm 45 now, so
there you go. I'm glad I did it when I did, because to do that now, even though it's only like 9 years later, man, I don't know if my knees and shit could have taken it, because you take a pounding out there when you don't have all the goodies and you're up and down fire, dealing with your fire and cooking and packing water and firewood and all that shit, sleeping on a fucking stick, and it would be tough to do. But
it was good. I mean, it was good. I wish they were around too to like watch the full series again. But the parts I remember, it just looked like a nice, relaxing and
kind of
fun time
relaxing.
to just.
Yep. Kind of relaxing, but a lot of work. Like, you're always packing firewood and shit like that. I lost 18 pounds.
If anything, that's a good reason to do it, right?
In
Lose some weight.
in 7 days, I lost 18 pounds. All I took with me was some rice and some beans. And the night before I was going through my bug out bag, and I have a little fishing kit. Anyways, I took the thing out. I'm going, and I sat it on the couch, and be fucked if I didn't put it back in there. So I was out there for 7 days without my stupid little fishing kit. There's fish jumping around all over the goddamn place out there. I'm like
I never
starving.
taught you.
I'm starving. I'm like, man, I'm searching the shoreline for hooks. I remember I found one, but it was like this giant, like for catching like 30-pound rainbow trout or something out of the middle of the lake, not catching these little fuckers on the shore. I was amazed I found a hook, though. I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked, and I was like, holy shit, there's one. And I start dragging it in, and then it's this fucking monster, fucking huge fucking hook. So no plans for your YouTube channel this year, that you haven't made any plans?
I have plans. It's just a matter of I in my head everything works out good. I'm horrible at planning and prioritizing. So if I can get things written down and prior, especially with like the podcast, like I'd like to incorporate both the podcast. I'd like to do more video podcast and kind of then just rip the audio pretty much to make the audio version, because some of the things like I want to do um, are more beneficial if I have um, images or pictures or things to show.
Have video, yeah, no doubt, yeah. It's nice to have the video. I think I enjoy the video. Oh, is my screen for? Oh no, it's not frozen. Okay. Oh, who's here? I got to read the comments. Reading the comments real quick. Who's here? We got Michael Jackman. Hello, Michael Jackman. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Neil McKenzie's here. Michael Jackman's talking about Valentine's Day and horror movies. BC Gerbs is here. BC Gerbs. Do you know BC Gerbs? He's a good YouTuber. And Jackman, BC Gerbs. BC Gerbs, Jackman. Right on. Right on. So I got this new segment on my show. It's called Unclog Your Brain. I did it once. You'll be the second person to do it if you're down. If you're down to try it. You down to try it?
I'll try it.
It's pretty simple.
To the best of my abilities.
So, in this clog, see the clog? We're unclogging your brain. This is a clog. Inside this clog, you see all the little pieces of paper in the clog? Okay. Well, on these little pieces of paper, there's two words that are not necessarily related with each other, but their purpose is to spark a memory or a thought or anything in the mind of Smoothie. And if you don't like it, say, try again, and we'll pick another one and go from there. You want to try?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Shaking up the clog, unclogging the brain, unclogging the.
That's great.
We're unclogging. How's that one look? Does that look like a good one right there? Is that a good one?
That looks good.
You happy with that one? Okay. Well, like I said, if not, we can try another one. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. It says pets/garden. Pets/garden.
Pets/garden.
Pets, like pets, like here, kitty, kitty. Pets/garden, like where's the potatoes?
Now this is a memory.
Okay.
With both of those.
Both of them, nice.
Oh no, I'm asking if that's the criteria, or is it one pick?
Oh,
just one, or
you can do both. You can do whatever you want. Just two words that can be together, apart. Just you can use one of them. You can use both of them. Just anything. Pets, garden, anything that pops into your head. We want to get to know Smoothie.
This is a not necessarily my pet, but one of my best friends in high school. Yeah, I guess we were still in high school then.
So
doesn't matter. It was
so way back.
It was way back when, and they had he had a Dalmatian. Oreo was their dog, and it got sick and it had to be put down, which is unfortunate. That's not the interesting part, but I went with them. I went with them to to the vet and everything, and we brought the dog home. We're going to bury it in their yard, not necessarily a garden, but in the yard. And I remember, I think it was. See, this is where it gets fuzzy. It was either, I think it was me and him, my friend. I think his brother was in the house. I could be wrong. It could be flip flops. His younger brother is only like a couple years younger, and we were friends with them all. But as we're trying to lay to rest Oreo, this dog, somebody was shooting us with a BB gun out the window while we were doing it. So the situation was somber and sad, but that brought a little levity, and it's just something that sticks as a memory. Just remember that time trying to put this dog to rest and getting shot and stuff with BB guns.
That's as sad as that story is, because nobody likes losing their pets. That story's pretty fucking funny. Just some mystery guy and some mystery pellet gun sniper sitting in a tree somewhere going, I'm gonna shoot these guys.
No, it was out their bedroom window. It was like I said, I'm not sure if it was. I forget who was with me out digging the grave and burying. I don't know if it was my friend or his brother, but one of them was in the window. Hanging out the windows, shooting and laughing. And I think one of our other friends might have been there too. I'm not sure.
One of them was shooting you. That's funny. Poor Oreo.
Rest in peace, Oreo.
I just about said rust in peace. Rust in peace.
Those BBs are rusting.
Let's jump into the music world. I know we share one thing in common. We both enjoy the Insane Clown Posse. I know I still do to a degree. I like a lot of their older stuff. I don't stay current. I don't know what. I mean, what have they got out? 80 albums now? I'm not sure, but
just about that.
Probably pretty fucking close. Last time I looked, it was like, holy shit.
It's a nice catalog. I think the most recent one though came out in 2020.
Well, they probably really that
2020, 2021. Yeah, we've been waiting for.
Wow.
They had released because they're master marketers and they like to milk.
Yeah, well, no
get
doubt
as much money as they can.
Yeah,
which I don't blame them. But the last album was called. It was because they started a whole new Joker's card deck, and this was the fifth card in the second deck, and it was
fifth card in the second deck. See, I was following them. Obviously, I guess it would be the first deck.
Yes,
Jekyll Brothers and Great Malenko. Those are my two go-to ICP albums.
They're good albums.
I love those two. I'm a huge fan of Mike E. Clark, who was part of both of those albums. Every year, Mike E. Clark pops up on my Spotify thing, and I think the last 2 or 3 years in a row, Mike E. Clark's been my number one guy. I really like Mike E. Clark. Yeah, I listen to a lot of Mikey Clark. He's got a lot of stuff out there too himself. You should go check it out if you.
Yeah, I have to. I know he does have a lot of stuff out there. I know quite a few years back, he did an album, like a group album, Project Dead Man, with oh gosh,
Oh, he's
now
done a
his
lot.
name's gonna leave.
He's done quite a few group projects. Yeah. I can't think of them either right now, but yeah, you should go check him out. What else? What other kind of music you listen to? Let's check.
I expand it. My most recent video on the channel, well, second to most recent, was Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's been my
I saw
favorite
that
group,
actually. Yeah.
Since in high school, since '94, since they came out. So I like that style of music, but
that genre of
more like
mm-hmm.
more recently, like I've gotten into, I've expanded my, not expanded, like I always have, but I've listened to more like Iron Maiden and stuff, and getting into the the hair metal and that kind of stuff.
I'm 10
appreciating
years.
what,
Go ahead.
like I was on the younger end to fully appreciate it, and it's nice to go back and be able to give bands like that a listen and enjoy. So, and then right now, with me heavily favoring 90s nostalgia, I've just been listening to a bunch of like Smashing Pumpkins and stuff that was digging further than the hit songs that would have been out at the time, and digging into their albums and stuff. So
yeah, right on. Well, Iron Maiden's got a hell of a big library, that's for sure. I grew up in the middle of that stuff. I saw Iron Maiden live. I'm wearing a AC/DC t-shirt. Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, all that shit. All that was my high school. Was those guys: Iron Maiden, AC/DC, Judas Priest. Then moved on to like Metallica, Slayer, Suicidal Tendencies. I've always been favored kind of the heavy side, the skid marks, the headbanger genre was always sort of my thing, and still is mostly. But man, I listen to everything now. Other than like polka.
I way back in the day, I shouldn't say that. I used to listen to it religiously, but
polka music. You're a polka music fan.
Well,
polka?
I wouldn't say a fan. All right. Well, let's just say it's another memory unclogged from the Mind of Smoothie. So
okay, let's hear about it.
When I was younger, when I was little, I'd spend the Saturday afternoons at my grandma's, a couple doors down. Her neighbor, real good neighbor, I referred to her as Aunt Peg. I would go over there and hang out too. And she had like one of the real old time like record players, like to match like a console TV, that big style, big boxy looking,
the big box on the
thing.
floor, yeah.
And she had all like these old records, and a lot of them, there were a lot of polka ones in there, and one of my favorite ones was the Beer Barrel Polka, and so like I remember that just being a core memory. So I wouldn't say I'm like a fan, but I have like that kind of nostalgia. And then other
beer barrel polka. I got to hear this. I'm looking for it right now. Beer barrel.
And that polka might just be the way I remember the name. I don't know if that is the
Beer Barrel Polka by Frankie Yakovich. Okay, let's give her a listen.
That is it. And it's probably been years since I've heard that, but I
holy fuck, I'm a polka fan now. You just turned me into a polka fan. I'm throwing away my entire Spotify library and starting fresh.
Well, did you notice the name, the last name there?
Polka Yankovic? Frankie Yankovic?
Weird Al Yankovic?
Is that Weird Al?
That's his dad.
Oh, really?
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yep.
Frankie Yakovich and his Yanks. It's called.
I'm
Looking at.
fairly certain that's why in some Weird Al's music you'll see a lot of polka type
Huh.
music.
Well, now I got to find out. We got to do. We don't want any mis or disinformation here. We got to. Don't want to. It's touchy world out there. Who is Weird? Sorry, I typed slow. Well,
That's all right.
Weird Al's father. Darth Vader. Oh no. It says here Nick Yankovic.
It may be irrelevant.
No, I'm just pulling it up here. Let's see. Overview. Wow, Weird Al's 65 years old, it says here. It's not giving me much about his dad, though. Okay, Frederick, or I don't know, Weird Al. Okay, father, born, blah, blah, blah. Da, da, dee, da, da, da. Oh, shit, yeah, it's just telling me about him, not his dad. Personal life. Oh, well.
Maybe I made it up.
No, I'm not sure. It's it's not popping up right away. So
I know that he has a lot of in his albums. He usually has like a polka type song. As a matter of fact, I think one of the more recent albums he did Lady Gaga's Poker Face, but it was
polka face
done
really?
like in the polka style. Yeah, the words were the same, but it was done like that fast.
I don't think
music.
I don't think I've heard that one. What did I say? Frankie is. What did I say his name? Frankie is. Frankie.
Like I said, it may be a relative, but there's some connection.
Is Frankie Yankovic related to? No, it says here no, but they were friends for many, many, many years. It says here. They were not. That's what I just popped up on mine. It says they were not related, but they were friends for many, 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 many years.
So, there you
go. Let's see what this one says. Just double checking. Got to double check. Can't trust everybody. What kind of weather you got down there?
It is snowing right now, so supposed to get 1 to 3 inches, and then some ice and stuff later on. I'll be ready for spring.
They even collaborated together. Even it says here, so they made some music together. Spring is coming. Did you say?
I would like it to come. It's snowing right now, so
yeah. That's no fun.
Give me the spring.
Hey now, my name's Carl the Madman. Go check out the Mind of Smoothie. Link in the description below.
Hey now, my name's Carl the Madman. Go check out the Mind of Smoothie. Link in the description below.
Thank you, my friend Bird. My friend Bird. So I've been playing with this balloon lately. So I'm going to blow it up and I'm going to play a song and we'll see if you can guess what song it is. My dog fucking hates it when I do this, so it might not work because she goes squirrely. She hates it. So you ready?
I'm ready.
We need a big one. We need lots of, because we might need to play it for quite a while. So we need lots of air. I don't know why anybody watches my show. You ready? Ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Okay. Might take me a second to warm up. Give me a second just to get it warmed up here. Okay. Can you hear it?
I can hear it.
Okay. Oh, yeah. My dog's barking already. Okay. Here we go. Uh-oh. It's not cooperating. Uh-oh, I'm getting attacked by my dog. Any guess?
Staying alive.
No, it's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Oh,
Wasn't it obvious? I've been
I
working
think
for
it was.
weeks. I've been practicing for weeks, man. Weeks. I'm so broken and disheartened now. Hey, Bila, come up here and say hi to Smoothie. Smoothie probably remembers. Foxy's Fearless, but this is the new version here. This is Bila. Foxy moved on. She went to Doggy Valhalla a long time ago.
Hey, puppy.
This is Bila. She's pretty good. She's crazy, but she's pretty good. She doesn't like the balloon game. That's for sure. I'm going to ask you one of the same questions I asked Lamb last week. What was your first job? What was the first job that gave you a paycheck? Like,
I delivered papers. I was a paper delivery person. That was for a couple of years. So I guess that would be the first job. But the first official job was
there you go.
I worked at a not even this is official, but my high school job, the one that I had the longest, and through high school, I worked at a cheesesteak shop. So
Oh, yeah.
cooking cheesesteaks and all that good stuff. So
I'm hungry. So you probably make one hell of a cheesesteak.
I used to be able to, with the right meat and the right tools. Yes.
Okay, well, heading down that path of food, what's your favorite dish to prepare? Do you like cooking? Is it something you enjoy, or is it like just something you have to do and you despise it? Kind of like me and shaving my beard.
I like to cook. I don't like the prep work or
Oh,
the
yeah.
shopping.
Oh, yeah,
If
yeah.
I just had putting it together, that's fine, but getting everything out, getting everything, from the grocery store and all that's I can do without that. If I just had everything all portioned out and put it together, and
Mm-hmm.
I'd be
So,
happy.
so you got 2 or 3 or 4 buddies coming over. You're gonna prep a meal. What's your go-to dish? What's your favorite?
Uh,
What's your go-to? What's your like? Hey,
I would.
my friend Billy, you got to try this dish.
I don't have any signature dish per se, but in an instance like that, I would probably make my turkey chili, which is very simple. It's
Turkey
nothing
chili.
fancy, but it's it's just ground turkey. So
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
little healthier.
I've never
In
made
the
that.
end,
Is it tomato based, just like normal chili, or
yeah, yeah.
I'm curious about this one.
I how I do it. I follow a recipe. It's not like I said my own, but I'll brown up the chili or the
The
turkey,
turkey, yeah.
some onions and some garlic, and then put all the seasoning on it. Throw it in a crock pot, and
Hmm.
then just the beans and using diced tomatoes, and chicken broth as well
Chicken
in there,
broth,
and
yeah.
let
Oh,
that
yeah.
go for 8 hours, 8+ hours, and that's my kind of meal. Set it
Nice.
and forget it. And
I set it and forget it. Yeah, I love chili. One of my favorite things. I love making chili. I'm gonna try that one of these days. I've never made that before. I love turkey
it's
too.
good.
Turkey's one of my favorite. So
It's real good. You can't tell the difference. It's nice and um, like I said, the prep's not even too bad because while you're browning the meat, you can open all the cans and stuff. It's not like I use obviously fresh tomatoes. I'm sure that could
mhm.
be there, but I like some spice, but my wife doesn't like spice too much, so it's kind of tame.
Yeah,
Um, but
mine's kind
but
of medium to mild. It's as well. I'll throw in canned tomatoes, but I usually throw in 1 or 2. I'll usually dice up 1 or 2 like fresh tomatoes and throw them in there too. But
if I would happen to have fresh on hand, I would definitely throw them in.
just reading our comments here. Oh, Jeremiah Germain's here. Jeremiah Germain's here. Hi, Jeremiah Germain's been on the show. So is BC Gerbs. Mind of Milton is here. Yo. Hello, Mind of Milton. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Chili. Shit. Now I'm hungry. Between the cheesesteaks and the chili. God. Okay, well, we're still on the topic of food. This is a kind of a question you hear lots, though. But, okay, live or dead, you could have dinner with 1 or 2 people. Who are you choosing? to serve them your fabulous, famous Mind of Smoothie Turkey Chilli?
That's a good question.
It's a tough question.
There's certainly a lot of people I'd like to
no doubt,
sit down and chat with.
For me, I think one of mine would be Evel Knievel, just because he was such a huge influence on me when I was young. Like I was jumping motorcycles at age 4 because of Evel Knievel, and so that would be one of my picks. Would be Evel Knievel. He's major influence in my life, and you watch it. I think it'd be pretty interesting to talk to that guy. Mr. No Fear himself. Imagine if he had the technology that these guys have nowadays, what a guy like he could do. Like he was
crazy.
He was jumping fucking Harley Davidsons and Triumphs and shit. Fuck. Robbie Knievel's jumping, proper dirt bikes with like real suspension. Nothing against Robbie Knievel. He did some amazing things himself, but it's not quite the same as jumping a big old Harley.
That's crazy.
That's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Evel Knievel for me, and I don't know about the second one. The second one would be tough one. I think I'm going to go with a live person this time, and because he's another huge influence in my life, would have to be Tom Green.
Okay,
I did shake his hand once. That's the closest I've got to him. Went to a stand-up of his. It was great. It was so good. So good. Such a great stand-up. But, I did manage to fist bump him or something at the end of the show. So Tom Green and Evel Knievel. That's my 2 picks. That's
I like that. No, that's good. Tom Green would be a fun one, I think, to sit down and break bread with.
It would be pretty fun. Yeah, it would. He's Tom Green, good old Tom. He's engaged. He just got engaged. He moved to Canada. He bought a farm. He's got horses and shit.
I saw that. And he has some kind of another show coming out somewhere. I forgot.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of stuff coming out on Prime. I think it is. At least it's on Prime up here in Canada, anyhow.
Yeah, I think that's where I saw it. But kind of documenting that
his whole
transition, I guess. Yeah,
mm-hmm. It's pretty nice farm he bought. Pretty nice farm he bought.
Back to wow, yeah. This is a good question. I really
well, there's so many. Billion. I mean, who wouldn't want to go sit down with like JFK, or who wouldn't want to go sit down with Martin Luther King, or who would? There's so many of them. But for me, I just went back to guys who influenced me in my life, and I think that's who I would probably be able to have the best conversation with. Like, what the fuck would I be able to say to JFK that he would want to listen to?
True. Yeah, I guess I'd like to. I think it would be like similar, like maybe sit down with like Tupac or Biggie, just to have a chance, just to to get their ear. And
there you go. Yeah, see that would be great. That would be those would be great. Those would be great ones for sure.
And living, there's again a lot of people, but keeping it in Canada, I can't. I'd love to meet these guys here.
Oh,
Trailer Park Boys.
Trailer Park Boys, yeah, no kidding. Are you a big fan?
Yeah, it's for many years now.
Yeah,
I got introduced to them at work back 2010. I guess they had already been on, so it was nice that I could go and binge the show. And another fun memory from the Mind of Smoothie back it was the day before, it was 4th of July weekend, 2010 or 2011, I think. I was still smoking at the time anyway, and I had just got introduced to them, and technology. I didn't have all the technology or who's it and what's it's then. But my job had given me, because I was doing help desk at the time, an iPad. So it was like the first generation. I remember sitting out back at our house. It was it doesn't matter. It was a summer. It was a nice, cool summer, cooler summer night, or felt nights anyway. and I watched, I think, the first 3 seasons on this iPad, sitting out back, drinking beers and smoking cigarettes. And I think I went through like a half a case of beer, and it was just, I think I actually dozed off outside for a little stretch of time. But
I think it's kind of mandatory. It's kind of mandatory to watch those first seasons drunk and smoking and passing out in the backyard.
It was good times. But yeah, I think they're just interesting, and it's kind of one of those things. It's like I know their characters, so it's like, would I want to meet them as the characters or meet the real life them and risk the illusion of you're meeting your heroes and them not being who they are? But I don't think they are.
It's hard to say. They've probably almost transitioned into those characters in some ways, I bet.
They did.
Because
they do it so well.
They do it so well, and they've been doing it for so long. Do you ever watch any of their podcast?
Yeah. I subscribe to their streaming thing,
SwearNet, yeah.
Yeah, and but I rarely. I used to watch when their podcast first started. I used to catch the episodes on YouTube, but now I listen to it every week.
Oh yeah.
But I don't always go back, and I always forget that I have the subscription. But I'm gonna throw them that $20 a year support anyway. So
it's like the cheapest subscription in the world. It's like,
and they just recently, or more recent anyway. It was finally, when I first got the subscription, was trying to watch, because they had like a season or two that was exclusive to the app itself, but they didn't have a smart TV app, so I had to kind of stream it from the phone to the TV, which didn't always work. But now they have an actual
do they? Yeah,
SwearNet app on the TV. So
my SwearNet subscription ended probably 3 or 4 months ago, and I haven't renewed it, but I plan on it as soon as I have $26 spare. As soon as I have, it's because I'm in Canada, so it's more expensive. So it's like $26 a year.
And they just sent an email, which I'm debating on whether or not to do it. I don't know if this means they're coming off of Netflix now, the older things, but I got an email for $20 here, like a one-time $20 thing, get access to all the seasons and
all
everything.
11 seasons or whatever it was, and
12, some of the specials that were on Netflix,
all their movies,
indefinitely. So I don't know if that means some of them are going to be leaving Netflix.
I want to see Bubbles in the Shit Rockers. I want to see the new Bubbles movie.
I saw that. It's good.
Did you see it? Yeah, it's good.
It's out on. I got it on Apple TV.
Oh yeah,
Apple Plus. And yeah, it's funny. I like it. A lot of people, like, reading some of the reviews and everything, they're like, "Oh, it's time to give it up." You're getting too old. But I liked it for what it was. It's kind of like an underdog story, and it's obviously more focused on Bubbles and Randy.
Yeah.
Randy's like a big part of it. Julian and Ricky have
a little lesser
roles
part
in it, but they're more in the back and everything.
So Randy's stepping up to the plate. Nice.
Yeah,
I want to see it. I love the Trailer Park Boys. Like, absolutely love them. I wish their animated series would have kept going, because I enjoyed that way more than I thought I was going to.
That was a good one. It's a shame that was right when can't think of his real name. Dunsworth. John Dunsworth.
Leahy.
When right when he died. But I love the send off they gave him in the show, because I forgot at the end of whatever the last season was, they were in jail, and that's when it kind of transitioned in. But then he was.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
There, but I love that transition when he came and got taken away by the shithawk. Like, that was perfect. What a good send off.
I wish I had 1% of the creativity that those guys have.
It's the one thing I would ask them if I was sitting there, whether in character or not. Like, do they have writers or that are writing, like the way Ricky just impeccably says stuff so wrong. Like, is that? I mean, maybe at a certain time it was, but like his ability to just run with that and make up words.
the Rickyisms.
Yeah, it's
getting two birds stoned at once.
Yeah,
Shit like that.
It's incredible.
Actually.
So
the Rickyisms are great. They're great. I don't think when they first started, their first 2 or 3 seasons, they were so low budget, and I bet you they didn't have much for writers then. But as the show got popular, they probably started bringing in help. But I mean, I'm just 100% speculating. But at first, I mean, the show was nothing. Nobody knew about it. It was on. Oh, what the hell was that channel called now? Nobody would pick them up except for. Shit, doesn't matter. Their first couple of seasons were on a different platform. You know what? This isn't going to help me remember any either. Oh, there we go. Do you partake in the left-handed cigarettes? Not that it's anybody's business, and you don't need to tell anybody.
No. It's been years.
Is it legal in your state?
No, it's still not legal in PA.
Really? Eh? Wow. No. There can't be many states left that haven't adopted it.
Yeah, it's the majority of them are legal. I mean, we finally got like medical use. It's a big thing. Like,
well, that's kind of the start, but yeah.
So hopefully soon, I would like to give it a go one more time. But
I couldn't smoke it for 20 years because all I do is cough. But then they started, technology caught up, and they make these little vapey thingies now. And for whatever reason, I can have a few puffs off this thing and I don't cough my brains out. So I'm like a 20-year later born again pothead. Because I literally quit for 20 years.
It's been 2003, I think, was the last time I partook. And I was going to say another story for the show related to that. So it was an Insane Clown Posse show. It was before. This is when I really got into them. So the Riddle Box dropped in 1995, and I did pick up the CD in high school. And being a good Catholic boy and all that stuff, I always listen to music at night, my stereo, going to sleep, and I had that CD on. There were a couple songs on there that scared the bejesus out of me, so I sold the CD. I was done with ICP for the moment. But in 2003, they went on tour, the Wicked Wonka tour. Bone Thugs and Harmony was on there, and that's why I went, and was able to get my friends to go. It was Tech Nine, Bone Thugs and Harmony, the Cottonmouth Kings,
and ICP.
And we, on the way down, we were now obviously 21 at this point, and when we were underage, we had a buddy who would buy it on the way to where we were going for the show. There was a place that sold like 40s, because that's what we would like to drink, and we were finally able to get them ourselves. My two best friends they're twins, and one drinks and the other one doesn't, so we always had designated driver, which was nice.
Perfect. Yeah.
So we're on our way down, and that place was closed. They was, the whole strip was gone. Like they raised it, so we're like, oh, looks like we're not getting anything. Then another friend came through with the greenery, and I don't know what it was, but I was gone. Like, it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I like to say, I even said then, I was like, I think because I didn't have the alcohol, then it balanced it out. Right. So Tech Nine, he's the opening act. He comes out, I'm into it and everything. And there comes to the point I forget, something happened. I forget what it was, but I was like, does that person need to go to the hospital? And my one friend, who coincidentally was one of the ones shooting me with the BB gun, um,
Friends,
he's
you said.
laughing.
Friends.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
he's like, he's laughing. He's like, no, and I'm just like, sure, and whatever. And then the Cottonmouth Kings went on. So obviously their name says, what they're about. And they had a strobe light, and I was fixated on the strobe light the whole time. Bone came out, I rocked out the Bone. So then they were signing autographs after the Bone was. So we got in line, and ICP, that's when they started. So I think the combination of being elevated and ICP starting kind of sunk in. But we got up to it was only Lazy Bone that was out. And my friends went ahead of me and got something signed. This was back in the days before cell phones, even though it was 2003, before cell phones with any cameras that were worth a damn. And my one friend, and you weren't allowed to bring in cameras, obviously, but somebody had brought one in, and it was confiscated. And then my other friend, he walked behind the bouncer who took it, and it wasn't any of my friends, and he grabbed it. So he brought it in, and they're getting pictures taken with him, and I get up there. I had a shirt, and all I could say was, "Thank you for the music." That's all I can muster out. My big shot, waited since 1994 to meet them, and it's like, thanks for listening. And that was it. And I left like the one thing sitting there, and they're like, "Oh, you forgot your thing."
That's awesome. Well, at least you got that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
A lot of people wouldn't even be able to do that much. I got to ask you about your setup. So your microphone you're using, are you plugged into like a cell phone or a tablet or something right now? How's this working?
I have I don't want to do any damage here. I have this little Zoom pod track recorder thing, kind of like a mini
I'm just looking at
thing.
it here. Looking at your microphone. Yeah.
So I'm all connected to that, and this is connected to the phone. So it's using this as the microphone on the phone, and then I have my normal earbuds in to listen to the sound.
Nice. So you plug that right into your cell phone. Your cell phone. What kind of cell phone are you using?
It's the Samsung Galaxy 8
Samsung.
or S24.
It's got enough juice to power all of that.
Yeah, it's well, I have the recorder plugged in on. It runs on batteries, but I didn't want it to cut off during
Yeah.
the thing, so I have that plugged in,
That's,
and my phone is hopefully it should. I mean, I think it has enough juice anyway. It was at 40%, so um, it's kind of just freestanding, and this is how I
yeah, that's
started to
cool.
do the videos.
It's a nice setup. If you one time when you're bored, you should email me a link or something to that thing. I'm very, very curious about that.
Yeah, I think there might be a video on my channel if you look unboxings, one of the
Oh yeah.
playlists or something, a
Oh yeah.
couple
Okay.
years ago.
Oh yeah. I'll have to go back
Fairly
and
recent, like 2021, I think I
Oh
got
yeah.
it.
That's a nice setup.
Uh,
It sounds really good.
yeah.
I've plugged a few. I use an iPhone, and I'm plugged into them right now with my headset here, my PlayStation headset or whatever, and a dongle, and it works.
Hmm.
But if I put like the cord's kind of short, and I wanted to lengthen it a little bit, so I put like an extender on here. No, not enough juice. My iPhone wouldn't power the distance or whatever. So that's very cool. I like that.
Yeah, no,
And you have
I
great
just
audio. You sound great. Your audio is coming through like
that's good.
just spectacular.
I was hoping because that's
Least for me.
the because that spots obviously to plug regular headphones
Oops.
in, which I don't typically like doing when I'm recording my podcast anyway, because I don't like to. It always seems like I'm getting too much background and stuff, and it usually sounds fine, but I prefer not having headphones in that are picking up directly like the microphone. I know some people will say that you need to do that so you can know how your levels are, but this has the little equalizer so I can see if I'm getting too loud or whatnot. But you're saying I'm sounding good, so I'm taking your word for it.
It sounds great.
And hopefully,
To me, it sounds great. I don't know what the few people watching the show tonight think, but nobody's bitching about it or anything. So it's
that's good. That's good.
got to be coming. Well, nobody bitches anyhow. Who bitches on the internet? Nobody
Ah,
bitches on the internet.
but
Well,
the
Smoothie,
yeah, no, that's
let's see. Okay, well, I've been sticking to pretty typical questions. One last question for the night.
Sure thing.
And this is another one that, is not very original. You hear it lots. But, I love hearing people's answers. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Superpower smoothie.
Oh, that's another. That's another good one.
Well, there's lots to choose from.
Look.
Putting you on the spot, Smoothie.
I think something with the mind.
The mind, yeah. So,
and like I say, not being able to control things, but
yeah,
maybe being smart, not smarter. That's not the word. More clear-headed. But if that doesn't make any sense, if that's just a learned trait, speed would be the second thing. I would like speed.
Speed,
just
yeah.
to be able to. That would come in handy with my, runs. Like tomorrow morning, I'll be getting up at 3:15 to get ready to go out and run 5 miles.
I've always admired that about you, man, because that's something that I just wish that I could get into the habit of doing. Is even something, even a little bit more exercise of some sort, even if it's just lately I've been thinking, because I'm getting old, I'm almost 98 now, is stretches, like a morning stretch routine. I'm sure I could find one on YouTube somewhere, what's a good stretch routine for a 78-year-old woman or something. And, I could probably try to keep up, but that's something I've been thinking about lately. And I've always admired that about you. You're always on top of that sort of stuff. You're always running or doing something.
My knees don't like it.
Knees are a big problem for me.
I mean, I know the ones bone on bone and everything. So I used to get the shots in, but then a lot of it was, I guess last year, at the beginning of the year, I was prior to that thing, like I said, that's why I kind of focused on getting back in kind of a shape. I still have a little bit ways to go, but I would say I was at the beginning of the year last year. It's probably pushing 300 pounds and still trying to run and stuff. And I don't think that did me any favors. But since losing some weight, I lost about 60 pounds in total.
Congratulations.
Since April. Thank you. The knees are sore, but I let my body dictate now. So instead of trying to run every day, which is what I was doing for, some parts, right now I'll run one day and walk one day. So Monday Monday, yesterday I ran. Today I walked. So I'll do 5 miles running. Next day I'll do 3 miles, 3.5 miles walking, and then 5. I just alternate and everything.
The more you do it, I guess the more you learn your body's limitations. I was watching Joe Rogan interview. Who the hell was it? Oh, Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler in his youth, you never knew it, but he was pretty buff because he always kept it covered up in baggy clothing and stuff. But he was pretty buff, and he was talking to Joe about how he's not buff anymore and how much he loved, how Joe was able to, stay so fit and blah, blah, blah. And Joe was telling him how, so many people, and this was a mistake that Adam Sandler made too, is you get all gung-ho to do it and you jump in, but you go too hard, too fast, too much. And Joe was telling him, you start small and, you don't kill yourself when you go in there. You just go in and do a little bit, come out and you just slowly get into that sort of pace of being healthy or exercising or whatever. And ever since I watched that interview with Sandler, that's been stuck in my brain and it's been bugging me and bugging me and bugging me. And lots of times things have to bug me for a few years before I actually get them accomplished. But that's one I'm hoping to do.
Well, let's hope you do it.
I'm hoping
I
so
think
too.
you got it in you. I think you got it.
So, we're getting close. It's almost June. Are you going to do it again this year? You're going to be 3 times June shorts vlogs.
If you're hosting it again, I will show up.
I'll be sending you an invite for sure. Well,
There we
Smoothie,
go.
it's the show's been running for close to an hour. I don't really want to run her much longer. I thank you so much for coming on and doing this, man. It was fun. It was a blast. I feel like I know
Yes.
you even better now, obviously,
There,
because now I know about your turkey chili.
there we go.
And what better way to get to know somebody than a good chili recipe?
Yes. Yes,
Everybody,
indeed.
go check out Smoothie. All the links in the description box down below. Smoothie, your time. Anything you want to say? Close the show for me. I know you're a podcaster. The show is yours.
I am a podcaster, and I just want to say thank you for having me on. It has been great to talk and sit down and do this, and connect much better through the face to face as opposed to just comments on a video or whatever, and the games and everything. So the I thank you, and I appreciate it, and I hope your audience appreciates it and everything. And one, before I do go, I do want to give a shout out to my boy Captain Howdy, who we've done podcasts together as well. But we do a gift exchange every year. He had this hat custom made. It says Smoothie, and if you listen to my podcast or even my videos, I usually say it's your boy Smoothie, and then but of course is my thing, and they got it custom made with it to say but of course on the back there.
Nice.
And I really appreciate that. It's my first piece of merch, I guess you could say. One of a kind, limited piece, but so that's it. Thank you for.
That's a nice hat. That is a nice hat.
Yeah,
it's
it was real nice.
There you
It was thoughtful. So I do again, though, appreciate you having me on. Maybe we can do this again. Maybe I'll have you on my show one of these days when I can.
Man, yeah. If it, I would love to if it works out, and with everybody's schedules and whatnot, I'd do my best. I'd be honored.
There we go.
If that happens, and if not, it's all good too. I would like to have you back on my show here again one day as well, and we can catch up. If there's anything you got going on, or something big is happening, or you want to all of a sudden you signed like a big contract with Best Coast Distillers, and you want to plug your podcast or something, and you want just let me know. We can do this. We can just jump on and shoot shit and.
All right. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate you.
And plug the stuff. I appreciate you too, man. You've been a friend of mine on YouTube for a long time. And, I know we've both gone up and down in life and on YouTube. And, we've been there. We've done this together. I feel, I was a vlogger myself. I know what it's like. You still have it in you. You want to vlog, but then you do it for a little bit and then you're like, do I really want to do this? It's this constant battle. We've made hundreds of vlogs, both of us have, and it is what it is. But I'm going to wrap up the show here, Smoothie. So for me, Carl the Madman, Smoothie, the Mind of Smoothie.
Yes.
That's a wrap. Oh, I got to find some polka. I got to close up the show with some polka. 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 Oh, it's still Frankie Yakovic. Okay, here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Thanks for joining the show, Smoothie.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Someone stole a kishka, someone stole a kishka, someone stole a kishka from the butcher shop. Who stole a kishka? Who stole a kishka? Who stole a kishka? Someone call the cop. Round and firm and fully packed, it was standing on the rack. Someone stole a kishka when I turned my back. Who stole a kishka? Who stole a kishka? Who stole a kishka? Won't you bring it back?
That's all, folks. Thanks, Billy. Later, everybody.